Hey there, fabulous dancer. Sahira here, and today I wanted to share with you a fabulously fun and fairly simple beginner belly dance combination to get you up and dancing like a belly dancer in no time. My name is Sahira, and I'm here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. Whether you are brand new to the dance or have been studying belly dance for a little while, I have a fantastic little combination for you today that I'm going to teach you, and we are going to set to music so that you can take your newfound belly dance knowledge and use it immediately. If you are brand new, we are using three different technique concepts. I'm going to break them down quickly here, but I also have videos breaking down all of them in more detail if you would like to check them out. These three movements are the hip drop, the inner hip roll, and the figure eight. If you already know those, you are good to go. If you don't panic. I'm going to give you a little tutorial on each of them right now. Alrighty, so first of all, starting with posture, especially if you haven't done this dance before, posture is very important. Let's make sure the feet are underneath you, that they're parallel, about hip bone width apart. Knees are slightly soft, tiny little micro bend in the knees. Long pelvis, taking that tailbone, I want you to imagine pointing it towards the ground as opposed to the back wall by engaging slightly in the lower front of your body to draw those hips underneath you. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are rolled back and down. You're tall, you're proud, you're fabulous, you're wonderful. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's look at our hip drop first. This is an unweighted hip drop. All our weight's going to be on our left to begin with. That right foot can be on the ball of the foot. We'll bring our arms here, and we're going to be using the oblique to lift the hip up and then drop it to neutral. So the combination is going to be a drop, 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 like this. So you're squeezing once again the oblique. When you release the oblique, the hip comes to neutral. Watch out for coming through neutral to sit on the other side. You want to think nice, tall, long posture, no bouncing in the head, and getting that little drop. If you've done this before and you want to add the little release of the foot that I like to teach, you're more than welcome to on every other drop. Release your foot gently to the front, right? It's not a kick. It's like you're sort of drawing a little line with your big toe on the floor straight out in front of you, right? So that's a little added challenge. If you want to keep it a little bit simpler, keep that foot underneath you. Use the ball of your foot for support. Let's go ahead and try it on the other side. Same idea. Weight on that right foot, squeezing the oblique to lift, releasing the oblique to drop the hip to neutral, right? Coming to neutral, not coming through to the other side here, but just coming neutral, straight down. Arms are lifted, shoulders are rolled back and down. You are smiling. Hopefully breathing. Yes, good. Smiling is really good. Breathing is imperative. Yeah, so don't forget to do that. And then if you would like, every other drop, you can get that little release in the foot. Make sure you've got good balance on that standing leg, really lifting up through the core, beam of light coming out of the head. And this will be our hip drop or our hip drop release if we're going to release the foot, or just the hip drop here underneath you. Either is going to work great. And if you would like additional practice with that, check out my hip drop video on YouTube. All right, so now let's look at the inner hip roll. The inner hip roll is a vertical figure eight of the hips that goes down to up and utilizes the heels. So we're looking at drawing an infinity sign on the mirror. So we're going to come from our basic posture, bend the knees, bend the right knee a little bit more, slide that hip out. And then I want you to think of squeezing your right oblique as you lift up that right heel from the floor, squeezing the hip in, sliding through to the other side, sliding through at an angle, pushing that left hip out, squeezing the left oblique, pushing the left heel off the floor, lifting that left hip, sliding through. Out, up, in, knees and toes point forward the whole time. Out, up, in. Slide it through, out, up, in, slide it through, out, up, in. So once again, vertical figure eight that goes from down to up, right? You slide it down, scoop it up, pull it in. So if I were sort of mimicking what my hips were doing with my hands, it's kind of going like this. I'm saying, come here. It's time to dance. Let's do this. Bring it up, slide it through, bring it up, slide it through. The variation that we're going to be doing today, I'm going to take it a tiny bit faster. I'm thinking about keeping it totally parallel to the mirror, like I'm dancing in a toaster for some bizarre reason. Yeah? Go straight side to side. No twisting forward and back, no tucking or releasing of the pelvis. Straight side to side, rolling through the feet, pinky toe to big toe for our vertical figure eight or our inner hip roll. Yeah, so we'll be using this inner hip roll. When we do it in our combination, we're going to be doing 3 of them and then a pause, but I'll teach you the combination in just a second. So if you'd like more practice with this inner hip roll, just go ahead and look up my inner hip roll video. Alrighty, folks, we have one more move, and then we're going to put it all together. This last one is the figure eight. So the inner hip roll was a figure eight vertically. This figure eight is going to be a horizontal figure eight, parallel to the floor, feet flat the whole time. So coming to your basic belly dance posture, right? Feet about hip bone width apart, knees soft, pelvis tucked, chest lifted. Shoulders rolled back and down. We can bring the arms here to second position, elbows slightly in front. We're going to think about taking this right hip and twisting it to the front right corner of the room, sliding it out, and then scooping it back to the back right corner of the room. Once you get about as far as you can get with your knees and toes still pointing forward, I want you to slide through on the left to the left front corner of the room and scoop back. So you're drawing that infinity sign this time on the floor. And if you had a paintbrush attached to your hip, it is painting a stripe on the wall from the front to the back. So this figure eight is a front to back figure eight because you're starting in the front and scooping to the back, front to back. We're working to keep the knees and toes pointing the same direction. There's a little bit of bend and straighten in the knee, but not a ton. Working to keep that chest upright, lifted away from the hips, right? This is all about the isolation. We're thinking about hips doing most of the movement and the chest floating above, nice and relaxed. Yes? Front to back on the left, front to back on the right. If you've done this before and you're feeling pretty comfortable, feel free to try widening the stance and allow this movement to sort of shift weight side to side a little bit. And then throughout our combination as we play, I'm going to invite you to sort of play with the arms. I'll give you some ideas. And as we work things through, we can play with the arms. The simplest place to keep the arms is here in second position, elbows lifted, fingers energized, right? And you can think about getting nice, gentle, small movements with the hands to give it a little bit of life and energy. So here's our front to back figure eight, front to back figure eight. Let's do one more like that. And last one here. Nice job. So there's a quick tutorial on your hip drop or drop release variation, your inner hip roll, and your horizontal front to back figure eight. So let's go ahead and build our combo. Alrighty, folks, the combo is going to go as such. We're going to learn it on the right, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the left to keep our body even and our brain engaged on both sides, yeah? So we are going to be doing our drop release twice. Or if you're doing just the drop, you're going to drop 4 times. Yeah, so our count is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, your weight's on the left. That inner hip roll is a weighted move, so we're pushing off the left. So we're going to go left, then right, then left. 3 of them, right? So we started from here. We're going left, right, left. Then your weight is on your right, left foot's free. We're going to step out with that left foot just a little bit to go into a figure eight, nice and slow, left and right, and left and right. So we'll go left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the whole thing. Then we're going to set up on the other side. Let's try it on the right one more time. So here we go. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which leaves you with your weight on your right, which means you're in the perfect position to just bring that foot in, go into our hip drop release or our hip drop on the other side. I'll do it with the hip drop only variation right now. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember what comes next? Inner hip roll. This time, other side from the weighted leg, right? So starting where your weight is, right, left, right. Weight ends on the left, right? I was calling right, left, right is where the hips are moving, not where your feet are going, right? Where your hips are moving. So once again, we were here hip dropping on the left. When I say right, left, right, it's which hip is moving, right? I'm moving my right hip, though I end up on my left leg, and then left, and then right hip. From here, stepping out just a little bit on that right foot to prep for that figure eight, nice and slow, right and left, right and left. And voila, you are right where you need to be to start on the other side. Let's talk about arms just a little bit. We'll for sure bring the arms here to fourth position as we are doing those hip drop releases. After this, I want you to kind of play and have fun. Let me show you what I'm going to suggest that you start with, or something that you can play with as you continue to improvise the arms through this. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to bring my arms up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you see what I did there? I brought the arms up, I flipped the hands over, and I drew them down. Or if I'm mirroring you here, I brought the arm up, flipped the hands over, drew them down through the center. Once you've finished there, we can keep the hands here for that figure 8. And I invite you to just use the hands how you would like. If you want to get a little lift in the arm, I want you to imagine your arms can breathe. And I want to see them breathing, that little ebb and flow of breath in the arms. You can think about mirroring the hips a little bit. Right hip, right hand, left hip, left hand. Feel free to play and express with the arms, right? So once we finish on that side, if you recall, we end up here with the weight on the right, and we do the whole thing on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift the left arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, because there's just 3 inner hip rolls. And then figure 8, figure 8, figure 8, and figure 8. Yes, let's do it one more time through both sides. And then it's time to do it with music. 7, 8. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and figure 8, figure 8, figure 8, figure 8. Put that left foot in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and enjoy and breathe and express and end. Yes. Practice that a few more times. And then when you're ready, join me as we do it with music. We'll repeat it over and over a few times so you can really play and express yourself. Remember, the goal here is to have fun learning to move creatively. So let go of self-judgment. This is not a time to judge yourself in the mirror. I want you to just have a good time, feel how this feels in your body, and enjoy the process. Let's do it. Here we go. On 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop, release. Twice, and then inner left, right, left. Figure 8 goes left, right, left, right. Other side. Inner hip roll, right, left, right. Nice. Figure 8 right. And repeat first side. Left side. Are you breathing? Don't forget to breathe. Let's do it one more time each side. Go ahead and strike your pose. Oh my gosh, awesome work, fabulous dancer. How did that go for you? It was such a beautiful combination, and I know you are just killing it at home. I can just sense it. Feel free to repeat that drill several times and really start to play with it. I want you to work on feeling the movements from the inside, right? If you're lucky enough to have a mirror in your practice space, absolutely use that. Watch me, watch the video, watch the mirror. But then once you feel like you have a good handle on those movements, it's really important that you learn how they feel from the inside so you don't rely on sort of a visual feedback of what you're doing. And then as always, remember to breathe. Dancing's really hard if you don't breathe. Yeah, really breathe, especially during those long, slow figure 8s. Really enjoy. Find your own creative expression because that is so much of what this dance is about. And so I want you to enjoy your practice and have a really fun time. And if you are loving this, you are absolutely going to adore my 7-day beginner belly dance jumpstart, which you can join for free right now at sahirabellydances.com/jumpstart. I would love to share the dance floor with you there. Hey there, fabulous dancer. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then you are going to love the 7-Day Beginner Belly Dance Jumpstart, which is a free program aimed to get you into a belly dance movement practice with ease and grace, confidence and joy. Come and find out what people all over the world have discovered in the ancient art of belly dance in this free 7-day program. Once a day for 7 days, I'm going to send you a belly dance tutorial. It's short and sweet, 10 to 15 minutes max, and it'll get you up and dancing every single day to develop a strong and positive movement practice in your life. I would love to invite you, and I would love to see you there. You can find it at sahirabellydances.com/jumpstart. I look forward to sharing the dance floor with you soon.